Let's talk about most likely RAP's favorite defender in this draft, man. I was looking at guys. I'm like, man, who's really popping out to me, man? Like, I watched a couple people's film and I'm like, nah, I don't think I'm going to do a video on that. Not really too high, especially on the fact that I want to get a quarterback in the first round, like most of us Vikings fans. So now I was like, you know what? Let me go down and see maybe we get somebody in the third round, second round. And I'm going to tell you, man, I come across our boy Chop Robinson. This guy is my favorite defender coming into this draft. Now, I did all of this before the NFL Combine, but there was so much other stuff going on with the quarterback talk that I had to, just use my attention towards that. But I think it's time today, man. I want to get this done. I had this in the vault for a little while, so I was like, let's talk about the boy. You feel me? Because he deserves it, man. He deserves it. Now, watching Chop Robinson's film, I'm going to tell you, man, I'll tell you, every player has a couple weaknesses, right? And Chop Robinson literally only has a couple. And I'll tell you, one thing I seen was maybe play recognition. A lot of times he's one of those guys that is like a Micah Parsons where you line him up to just go after the quarterback. If you're expecting him to recognize plays like RPOs, options and stuff like that, he struggles a little bit there. Not to say that he's bad at it, but that's one thing that I seen. And trust me, watching this guy, it was hard to find things that he wasn't really good at. Like, not to say that he wasn't really good, or just he's good enough to play at the next level. So it's hard to say, oh, he's bad at it. He wasn't bad at anything, right? But I'll tell you, man, play recognition may be one thing. But another thing, too, that I noticed is sometimes he goes a little too wide, right? What I mean by that is when he's going after the quarterback, he tends to go take the long way home. You know what I mean? And he doesn't do it all the time, but there is times when he will do it. And in the NFL, I think that would be a problem. There's times to do that depending on the play call, but then that goes back to play recognition, right? But again, Chop Robinson, dog, savage. You hear me? And I want the boy in purple. Now, can we get him? Probably not. Depending on how we navigate this draft, I would say that if we go quarterback, Chop Robinson's probably going to be out the picture for us, because I can see him honestly going at the end of the first. I can honestly see him going the very beginning of the second, if anything. So he's definitely going to get off the board, especially what he did at the Combine. I mean, running a 4.49. This dude broke records in the broad jump. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude's an athletic freak, and he's a dog. You hear me? And I would compare him to Micah Parsons, not only because they went to the same college, but he plays pretty similar. And that can come from just, Penn State, you got your defensive ends. They're going to watch film on alumni. And I'm going to tell you right now, you could tell that he took some traits and he took some tricks out of Micah Parsons' book. And that's a good thing, because Micah Parsons is a dog. You hear me? So why not add a guy like that? I'm going to tell you, man, Chop Robinson, the one other thing that's weird about Chop Robinson is he doesn't have many sacks, okay? Last season, 4 sacks. Like, when you look at his film, you're like, yo, you would think that this guy would have 20 sacks. You know what I mean? The way he plays. But he's disruptive. He's one of those guys where regardless, when the ball is hiked, he is going to be back there doing something to somebody. So if he doesn't get to the quarterback, he's going to be right here. You know what I mean? That's just the good thing about him. So it's like, and I'm going to tell you, sometimes those plays are better than sacks. All right. There's a lot of times, especially at the next level in the NFL, you just want to knock the quarterback off his platform. You just want to make sure that he has to throw over the top of you, throw around you. You want to make it as difficult as possible. And that's what Chop Robinson is really, really good at. That's what I noticed in film. He's really, really good at that. You know what I mean? So, and if he does hit the quarterback, it's going to get ugly. You know what I'm saying? Because this dude's a lion, bruh. He's a lion, man. I want Chop Robinson to be a Viking. I hope there's a way we can figure out how to make him a Viking. I see some mocks where we finagle some stuff where we might go J.J. McCarthy at 11, and then we're able to trade back up into the second round and get a Chop Robinson. That would be ideal. I think Chop Robinson would definitely solidify this defense. Although we need somebody in the middle, I believe that Chop Robinson would add so much depth to that D-line, regardless of how you cut it, because of his ability, his speed, his awareness, his twitchiness. Everything about this kid, bruh, is a dog, bruh. I'm telling you, like, this kid's a savage. Chop Robinson needs to be a Minnesota Viking if possible. Listen, whoever does draft this kid, because obviously he's getting drafted, and I'm going to tell you right now, whoever gets him, bruh, they got themselves a baller. They got themselves a baller, man. I don't usually talk super, super duper highly on a lot of these players, only because I trust my process and how I look at these guys' tape. But Chop Robinson, man, his tape was fun to watch. And what's crazy, again, I'll say it again, his tape's so fun to watch. Him being a pass rusher and doesn't even have a lot of sacks, but yet his tape is still fun to watch. Let that sink in, man. Go watch your boy Chop Robinson. I'm telling you right now, you will not be disappointed, man. Can we get Chop Robinson in purple? I hope so, man. It would be nice if we can get him in purple. Let me know how you feel down in the comment sections about your boy Chop Chop. Hey, next player coming up, don't worry, because I do got another player in the vault that I'm watching today, and we gonna get to it, man. We dropping that this week. Holla at your boy.
Yeah, smooth summer, who running? I hear them talking, but they ain't gon' do nothing. Celebration, I might have a toast with you. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great, I'm terrific. We ain't taking no losses, we winning. Undefeated, check the percentage.